to the Single Parenting Podcast. It's me, Bit Certs. We got the editor right here. She got to bounce. But we over here. We live in the fact of the bedroom back again, baby. You know it ain't changed. I don't need guests in my bed. That's kind of like awkward and stuff like that. But when my guests start coming, we're going to start doing this in a whole different dynamic in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You get what I'm saying? But for real. We here though. We here. If we going to talk about some custody for your kids, I'm the man to come to. Talk to me. You feel me? I've been through this stuff. I've been through custody battles for 7 years straight. You feel me? From 2010 up to 2015. Like a brawl. Like it was like World War III. It was like it was like a Thriller in Manila. You get what I'm saying? Like this stuff is no game. It ain't no joke. You know, but times has changed though. Times has changed. It's not what it was back then when I was going. It's 2023 right now. But back then, you know, it was still like leaning it towards like, you know, the man got to do this and the man got to do that and stuff like that. Like far as like you have put yourself on a high pedestal, you know, and the woman get everything that she wants to get. That was the, you know, the thing that people talked about. But that's not the case. Everybody's case is different. Everybody's situation is different because you're dealing with income. You're dealing with people's circumstances. You're dealing with life situations. You're dealing with family, who's taking care of, who's helping out who. You're dealing with schooling, medical, religious stuff. You know, you're dealing with a whole lot of things that you may not really get quite of a grip on. And a lot of misunderstanding is a lot of like, oh, I'm gonna go to court and whoop, I'm gonna get joint custody. I don't think you have an understanding of what custody really means, or even like full custody. Let me break this down a little bit for you so you can get like kind of like a perspective of how this thing really works. You either get physical sole custody or you have joint custody, which is like physical custody. So sole custody, basically physical or legal sole custody, my fault. Legal sole custody, you can make legal decisions on like across the board. And things that I've been doing my research, and times have changed, obviously. So if you have sole custody of your child, obviously you're physically there with them. But if you have sole custody, you're pretty much making decisions what school to go to, what religion they want to represent, what medication and medical decisions you want to make. But also I learned doing my research that as they get older, if they want to get an earring, or they want to dye their hair, or I don't know, do anything to their body that the other person may be against. Like they may want to get a sex change, and you're against that. There's nothing you can do if this person have legal sole custody. Now the difference is, if you have physical custody, you can legit like get your kid whatever you want to do, like 2 days out the week, you know what I'm saying, 2 years out the week, 2 months out the week, or however you want to do it. These are the people that, you know, I just want to kick with my kid and go to the park and go here, this and that. That's physically, you can do that. So there's that's what I'm trying to explain here. There are two different type of custodies. Going in here talking about all this joint custody stuff, it's not joint across the board because the levels to this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing is, like, you can legit like split like sole in physical custody with somebody. but it has to be written down in that black and white paperwork. If these things not written down, none of this stuff matters at all. Like for real, for real. When it comes to court agreements, because shit can go left. And I promise you, shit can go left. When you deal with money, emotions, and other people trying to, be in your kid's life and you not agreeing with that. Not to say a lot of people don't agree with it, but some people just go a little bit overboard. So again, if you're really looking for some custody in your kid's life, you got to establish some type of pattern. So whenever it comes to, like, if you do want to go to court, I have a pattern. Like, bam, doctor's appointments. I was taking her through my insurance or whatever. Boom, I was taking her to the school. Who's on the emergency list? Boom, just me. Religious wise, boom, I was taking them to church, Bible study, or temples, or whatever you represent or praise or whatnot. You do that, and there's something that you can get from them. I don't know. I'm not dealing with that like that. My religion is on a whole nother level that don't speak that language, but I'm pretty sure we're speaking the same language, some type of way, some shape, form, or fashion. But the message I'm trying to get to you today is yeah, it's in and out, like trying to be like a parent all the time, and parent sometimes then you want to be having the legal rights to do things as far as like physical custody, physical custody and legal sole custody. That don't really apply to everything unless you're in certain states. Certain states are a little different because you're dealing with like states that like kind of like benefit more to the women, and a lot of things haven't changed as far as I'm concerned. So some women, like based off like because they had the kid, they have the rights to do what they want, like soul and physical, unless the dad go to court and establish, if he's not on a birth certificate, fraternity, but if he is on a birth certificate, establish some type of rights as far as parenting time and stuff like that. But that's another topic we'll talk about on the next podcast. But right here, we're just talking about custody, and these are things that you can do, and hopefully this shit can work out for you. Hopefully this shit can put you in a position that get you out of the bind and make you speak the same language these attorneys are talking, because when you talk to these attorneys, they not they get real agitated and irritated real fast. And when they know you ain't talking the money that you talking about, when you talking the language they not talking about, they just taking your money, and they charge you for phone time, they charge you for parking, they charge you for just showing up. Even though baby mama or baby daddy didn't show up to the court date, you feel they charge you for a gas fee, they charge you for a lot of this shit. And the thing is, like, when you dealing with attorneys, this is another topic I'm talking about on another subject. When you're dealing with attorneys, get your attorney. If you listen, if you live in Detroit, Michigan, get you an attorney that's in Detroit, Michigan. Don't get you a motherfucking attorney that's in motherfucking Flint, because that travel fee is gonna cost you, and they charge you for every single thing. And in one thing that I'm going through right now that bite me in the ass, and I'm on your ass because you owe me money, big bro. You ain't big bro. You owe me money, Mr. Attorney. Don't let me put your name out there. But I thought putting money into the retainer fee would be the thing to do, until I get my money right. And then when shit start going good with your baby mom and shit like that, niggas start asking their phone, but I still got money in the retainer fee. So, where's my money at, big man? I don't need to go to court for this woman. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, like I made some mistakes. I made some good investments, but all in all, attorney fees. Like I said, I'm gonna do a whole segment about this on another day. I'm gonna just keep it real short. I paid 10 bands just to be in my kid's life, attorney fees wise, court fees wise, 10 bands. And y'all niggas just over here just, oh shit, let me spend the weekend with him or her real quick. Some of y'all females, oh, gotta want to be in this kid's life. You got my man's over here calling this kid daddy. When Kelly got my man here, he wanted to be in the kid life. You got a stepdaddy going to the parent-teacher conference, erasing all the information of the biological father. Man, this shit is wild out here. This shit is wild, man. Single mothers, single dads, fight for your motherfucking rights. You feel me? I put y'all up on game on the motherfucking shit about custody and stuff like that. And if they want to play like that, you gotta take the gloves off. There's no holds barred. And if they don't give a fuck, we don't give a fuck. All right? Fight for your kids, man. Your kids, not all you got, but the kids are the future and shit like that. And if y'all have a bad relationship, whatever, let's do the best that you can. And if it work out, it work out. And if it don't, at least you tried. And you don't have to go through court fees all the time. But just know, you know your custody obligations as far as like what I told you. And again, it's different in every state. So I can't address all of that because I just don't know. All I know is what's going on in Michigan. You feel me? And the women got the rights. And the man ain't got no rights unless you establish some. And when you establish some, as long as you got a pattern, that's all going to work in your favor, my dog. And it depends on what you're going through. It depends on what the situation is. Signing out. Ow. Big sirs. I'll let you. Welcome to the Single Parenting Podcast. Thank you, Mother, for the. Oh my God, we gotta do this all over. But you ain't gotta be like that. You can run through here.
I know.